Hello everyone, today we're going to learn how to control an external LED using a push button on our Raspberry Pi Pico W. To save time, I've already made the circuit. Here is the schematic that I implemented. If you want to follow along, feel free to pause the video and make this schematic, as the focus of this video will be on the programming aspect of the project. First, let's quickly discuss the high-level logic of what we're about to do in a format known as pseudocode. This will give us a solid understanding of the steps involved. The first thing that we have to do is define the variables that we need, and then we need to implement a loop that's going to allow us to continuously check the status of the button. If the button is pressed, we need to turn the LED on. If it's not pressed, the state of the button shouldn't change. Alright, so let's dive into the code. So first I need to define the LED variable. I'm just going to say LED is equal to pin 15 pin dot out pin dot pull down. What's happening here is we're passing 15 as the pin number, and we need to set it as an output pin since LEDs are output devices. We also have a third parameter that's gonna set the LED and the offset initially by pulling the pin to a low voltage. This is to avoid a phenomenon known as floating. Next, we need to set up the button variable. So I'm just gonna say button is equal to pin 14 pin dot in. Since the button is connected to pin 14, we need to pass pin 14 as the first parameter, and the second parameter is just specifying that the button is an input device. Now we can move on to the main part of our code. The first thing that we need is a loop to continuously check the status of the button. So I'm just going to say while true, and then we need to check whether the button is being pressed. So I'm just going to type if button dot value is equal to 1, then we must turn the LED on. To do that, we can just call the on method. So I'm just going to call that method, and we need a delay or else we won't be able to see the LED change states. So I'm just going to say sleep for 2 seconds. And then lastly, we just need to turn the LED off, so we can just call the off method. Now that the program is complete, let us run it and see what happens. What's happening? The LED is not turning on. Let's look at the code. Oh, I forgot the brackets here, so let me just add the brackets and then let me run it again. It should work now. So you can see when I push on the push button, the LED is on, and when I let go, the LED is off. That's it for this tutorial. This simple piece of code allows us to create an LED control system using our Raspberry Pi Pico W and a push button. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one.